Have you ever heard someone say something and thought, that seems a bit of a stretch? Well, you're not alone. We all encounter instances where people, intentionally or not, veer away from the truth and venture into the realm of exaggeration. This is what we call a bit of a stretch. Picture this. You've just finished a long day at work and your friend asks, "How was your day?" You reply, "It was the worst day in the history of days." Now, unless you've had an exceptionally tragic day, this statement is probably a bit of a stretch. Sure, you might have had a tough day, but was it really the worst in the history of days? Probably not. Another example, imagine you're watching a sports game and a player misses a shot. A fan next to you exclaims, "That player is the worst player ever." Again, this is likely a bit of a stretch. The player might have missed that one shot, but does that make them the worst player ever? It's quite unlikely. Now let's dive into a more serious context. In politics, it's not uncommon to hear statements that are a bit of a stretch. For instance, a politician might claim, "Our party will eradicate unemployment." While it's a noble goal, it's also a bit of a stretch. Unemployment is a complex issue, and eradicating it completely is nearly impossible. A bit of a stretch is not always a bad thing, though. Sometimes it's used to add flavor to a story or to emphasize a point. For example, if someone says, "I was so hungry I could eat a horse," they're not literally going to eat a horse. It's a hyperbolic statement to show just how hungry they were. So, to wrap things up, a bit of a stretch is a mild exaggeration of the truth or what is likely the case. It's a common part of human communication used in daily conversations, storytelling, and even in serious contexts like politics. It's important to be aware of these instances so we can interpret and respond to them appropriately. Remember, it's always okay to question statements that seem a bit of a stretch. After all, as the saying goes, not everything that glitters is gold. So the next time you hear something that seems a bit too far-fetched, just think to yourself, that's a bit of a stretch.